is not a good commissioner. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he started off really good because the Donald Sterling thing happened, right? And then he did a really good job there. But then after that, it's not hitting for me. It don't hit for me because I'm telling you right now, I may be nostalgia, but David Stern ain't letting none that's happening.
It's
Like
not.
David Stern was not letting this happen. I'm just being real with you. But the NBA, I think maybe, and it's sad because I love basketball. Is the NBA a dying product right now, bro? Are we in a dying product?
It's definitely like in a dead spot. It's like a dead spot era right now, but I mean that's to be expected when it's a changing of the guard. I think a lot of people have nostalgia about David Stern because I don't remember even back when David Stern was commissioner, high praises about him either. They hated David Stern. They couldn't. There's plenty of people that said "F David Stern" when he was here, and then when he left, now it's like, "Oh, David Stern would never." I think this is not new. I think that's the problem. This is not new information. This is not a new thing. When Jordan left and retired, they was talking about NBA being a dying product. There's articles right to this day talking about why is the NHL hot and the NBA not. Back in like '95 or '96, I remember it was right around the time when Michael Jordan was like, retiring, trying to fake a comeback or whatever. So
Detroit, shout out Detroit, boy. Shout out K Cunningham, bro. Shout out K Cunningham.
Detroit, shout out to K, shout out to
Shout out to
K.
K, bro. Shout out to K.
So
Detroit.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you. I tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. And actually, shout out to Cade. One more thing for Cade Cunningham and the Pistons. This is the first time they had a winning record entering the All Star. Going to the All Star break was the first time they had a winning record since '09. I was like, that's insanity. That's really terrible. But shout out to you for having that now, because that's a really bad stat. But I mean, it's a good stat now. The
change.
NBA, I think it has a marketing problem. I honestly think it has. I'm gonna dive deep into this. This is me. Let me get in my little rant mode. You know what I'm saying? Let me get into this. If you're an NBA player, and y'all listen to this. Y'all listen to this. If you're an NBA player, you make it 200, $300 million, right? You can go 99% of humanity. There's been 100 billion people. Over 99%, you make more money than, right? So you're in a great spot, I'd say. You know what I'm saying, right?
You know,
You, the part of the job is marketing. That's a part of the job. I don't care what. No, I don't. People say I just want to hoop. That's not just a part. Marketing is a part of the job because you have to treat this as a partnership. To me, this is a partnership more than you just collecting money. And the reason why I say that is because think of it like this. You're trying to grow the game. I went overseas, right? When I went overseas, I asked them, I was like, what do y'all think about basketball? You think basketball more global, right? It's supposed to be a global sport. They don't know nothing about it. They know more about American football than they know about basketball. And the reason why is because these players, they don't want to market the game. When the All-Star game happens, you should put more emphasis in. Obviously, it's not a game 7, but putting more emphasis in the game is helpful because you're trying to market the game. Because if people watch your product and it's terrible, especially in an all-star game setting where like that's like the like when all the 24 best players in the world come together and your product is terrible, why would they watch it? And why would you have Draymond Green? Why would he be the person like being in the freaking analysis when he's like and he's shitting on it directly? Why would you do that? Like what's the purpose of that? Like you either have the media like shitting on the product, you have the players not caring about putting effort into the product. Like what this marketing is terrible. I don't think the actual product itself is bad. I think the NBA in terms of talent is the most talented it's ever been. The players are amazing. I love the parity. Like, there's different champions every year. It's a great product, but the marketing is egregious. It's egregious. It's terrible. You see them NBA finals, they don't hit the same, right? Remember when you have the freaking trophy in the middle of the freaking court? The NBA finals have more like aura to it. These NBA finals, these all-star games, they try and do in-season tournament, they do the play-in tournament, they try to add everything possible so there could be more aura into the season. And it's not there. Because the players, they have to give a damn first. Because I promise you this, if it's simple as in this All-Star game format, if LeBron James or Kevin Durant or one of these guys put like effort into it, everyone's going to follow the guard. LeBron James, he didn't even play an All-Star game. He told them last second. He told them like an hour or two before that he's not playing. And Anthony Edwards didn't give nobody no like he didn't tell nobody he wasn't going. It's terrible. It's terrible. That's my opinion. I think it's a marketing problem. They need to get me in there. But what do y'all think?
Yeah, and kind of like what you were saying with the marketing problem, because it's like in terms of just talent, the league has and depth of talent, the league has never been more talented than it is today. Like from the individual, just from the top players, just to even like the style of play within different teams. Like when you actually can get to watch the games, because it's just like everybody talks about like, oh, like everybody just shoots threes and everybody plays the same. Like that's actually not true. You look at teams like Denver, Golden State, a lot of guys that have Milwaukee. It's like most teams, even like we brought up Detroit with Cade, like they have a guy. They have like a franchise guy that you should want to be able to tune in to see them. But it's such a layered problem because I think the one thing they need to do that they're not going to do, is cut the regular season down. It's too many games. It's
Yeah, they
tough
would
to
never
get
do that.
people
Yeah.
to care about it on a night-to-night basis. I think we're finally getting to the point now that we're past the All-Star weekend. Now the regular season games are actually going to matter, especially now with with the seeding, the playing. Like there's now is actually the time. It's really about trying to get urgency between October and February is really where the league is failing. And even by the time you get to the playoffs, you look at the last few playoffs, a lot of them have been riddled with injuries. Like you think about the NBA finals, like you said, something that's supposed to have all this aura. The last
Man,
the last few finals haven't really been all
terrible.
yeah,
They've been terrible.
yeah.
Awful.
Like
Bro, Austin, you see that the Nuggets Heat. You see
nobody
how
remembers that.
it looked like
Yeah.
an ESPN graphic. I promise you, go into the past and watch one of these finals games, bro. Go watch like the Heat versus the Spurs or the Heat. Like, bro, they had like a presentation. It made you feel like you're watching a battle to the death. All of this, I'm gonna tell y'all, this is real. This is all about storytelling. Like why we watch this is storytelling. This is what humanity loves is stories. This is why you watch movies. This is why you watch sports. It's storytelling. You're not telling me any stories. A part of marketing is building up a fight. It's like boxing or wrestling. You build up a fight. They're not building up any fights.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit the same. They're not building. And like I said, it's the player's fault too. It's a big reason. Like they saying this the freaking format's terrible, right? It's like I don't like the format. It's y'all fault. The format like this. They've been doing this for 40 plus years. They do it East versus West, but y'all playing so terrible. Y'all shooting all these threes, deep threes, giving them wide open layups and dunks. The game terrible, so they said let's try something new. And then y'all say this sucks too. The only way to save this thing with this All-Star stuff, y'all gotta play for home court. It gotta be home court, NBA final, do a straight up baseball style. Whoever wins gets home court. That conference gets home court in the finals. That's the only way. There's no other way because no one will ever care. They will never care about playing that game hard.
Yeah,
Watch-
I see what you I see what you mean when it comes to like the presentation is just not what it used to be when it comes to the NBA. But for me, this is why I'll always say Adam Silver is not perfect, but I think we don't give him enough credit. Then we don't give him enough credit for some of the things that he's done. Yes, this is probably like the most tournament heavy type
Every
of
tournament.
guy. Like he has a turn. Any problem he
Playing.
has, he's gonna throw a tournament in there, and he's like, "All right, bet like that should work." But I think people fail to realize what the NBA looked like back in what we think about the highs of like the 2018s, the 2019s, the 2017s, but you're not seeing the whole 82 game spectrum when it was the ring chasing era of like, okay, nothing matters outside of a ring. When Kevin Durant went to the Warriors and
Oh, but that was bad too.
like that was
bad
bad, but like I'm not even talking about the top of the top. I'm talking about like what people were talking about. Like the regular season doesn't matter. People don't remember that time post All-Star break when your 9th, 10th, and 11th seeds were giving you a starting five full of G Leaguers and Andre Ingram to play in March.
Andre, I'm crazy.
Versus the Lakers, and you think LeBron is going to play against some G Leaguers, then you're going to shut him down. People just getting shut down left and right.
Thank you.
So he put in that end season tournament to kind of make things a little bit more competitive, whether it be right or wrong, whether it be like, okay, it worked or it didn't. The fact that he's just not standing on, okay, we just gonna keep rocking with this until something
Yeah,
works. I
yeah,
appreciate it. I
yeah.
appreciate a
He adjusts.
commissioner to at least give me some ideas. The all-star format, in theory, should have worked. They just executed it very poorly. I
They
don't
had
agree with it
friggin'
being
all the
a
ads, bro. Had all the ads.
lot of ads and all that stuff. Like
Yeah.
I don't even think the all-star players play particularly like as horrible. Like I think the product of the all-star weekend when it comes to like the players on the court were way better than what it was last year. That's not saying a lot, but the ads killed it. It was poor execution.
Yeah.
But I can respect
Yeah.
somebody versus I know what a David Stern gonna do. He's just gonna sit there and just let it rock. He will let it rock
I don't
until we
know.
have better players or
I don't know if
better
he would.
whoever who gives a damn.
I don't know. I don't know if he
Because
would.
David Stern had to answer them same questions when they said, "Hey, yo, the ratings are down." David Stern had to answer those questions post Michael Jordan, but people don't talk about it.
But
People don't acknowledge it
but
because
he got it right though. He got it
no, he
right.
didn't get it right. He
No,
just got
look.
blessed with LeBron James.
He
Got
got
blessed with LeBron James,
and he got
That's
Kobe.
what it was.
Look,
And he got Kobe.
I know, but hey, look. I know he got blessed, right? And he did get. I'm not gonna lie, he did get blessed.
Got blessed.
But when things weren't working, like when the dunk contest was terrible in the '90s, like it wasn't good, and then it didn't work, so he cut it off. Like he ended the dunk contest, and then he brought it back because Vince Carter came in, and then Vince Carter brought it back for real. Like Vince Carter really brought it back. But like he's not a guy who just sits on his hands. Like he's a guy who definitely pushed this game forward because he knew who his stars were, and he made sure his stars were getting shown completely and constantly. Like he did a great job at that. Like the only time the ratings went down was when the Spurs was playing in the finals. There's only like for real, like obviously when Michael Jordan leaves, yes, your ratings will go down because the Spurs played in the finals the very next year, and it was a lockout year. So I get it, right? But then after that, the Lakers 3-peat, then the Spurs in the finals goes down. You know what I'm saying? Then the Lakers go back, they go up. It's the Spurs. You know what I'm saying? You can't control that. It's the Spurs.
You can't control that. And I feel, I get the sentiment. And it's like, okay, like if we're being real with each other, like that play-in tournament, hey,
Not bad.
That helped. That helped. Because you know what the 10th seed and 9th seed would have been doing if it wasn't for that play-in? Would have been
watching from home.
Yeah, they would have been tanking like crazy, giving you a whole bunch of Andre Ingram G Leagues. I remember that sentiment. I remember buying a ticket to the. I remember buying like a ticket to the Rockets game to play the Lakers or whoever it may be, and it's a whole bunch of G Leaguers because somebody's tanking. And I'm just using the Rockets as an example. Now all of a sudden, I'm expecting LeBron, and LeBron not playing because he's not going to be hooping with no damn G Leaguers. We just going to rest. We're going to load manage. I haven't heard the word load manage in a long time, fellas. I ain't going to lie to you. Maybe they still do it, but it ain't like this whole thing that we used to have like year after year after year. Like the people that are injured, and the people that are not. But it's not like this, oh, like we have a load management problem. People ain't trying to play. Hey, whether you like it or not, he's just trying things. I think it's just when it comes to this NBA stuff, it's bigger than Adam Silver. I think he plays a part, but I don't know if there's another commissioner that's gonna make a significant to make this product significantly better.
Well, let me ask Maurice. Let me ask you this. I don't know.
Yeah, what's the question? I couldn't.
So we on Adam Silver right now. The NBA, the marketing problems of the NBA are extreme. As you know, the ratings are down. I think the product is good, but you know, I went overseas. No one knew about the NBA. They knew about the NFL. That's kind of egregious since NBA is supposed to be a more global sport. So obviously, there's a marketing issue here. Basically, the big question is: Adam Silver is he a good commissioner or is he not a good commissioner?
I think out of the major sports that I know of, he's probably the best commissioner.
It's tough.
Like, I don't. The major sports. I think he's better than Roger Goodell.
But why do you think? Why do you think he's better? What has he done to make you think?
He doesn't. I feel like Roger Goodell. What does Roger Goodell really do? Has he really changed much? He got Patrick Mahomes. Like Pro Bowl is basically the same. They got flag football. Pro Bowl is still boring. There's nothing. Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl sells itself. People, it's a whole day. Like, has he done anything extra to really like Warren like that he's been better. I think Adam Silver, at least he's tried for the most part. Now baseball, I don't know who the baseball commissioner is, so I shouldn't say
He sucks.
major sports.
He
And I don't know who hockey. I don't know who the hockey commissioner is. I'm not gonna lie to you either.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah, an All-Star Weekend has always been. Well, I won't say always, but it's a way better product than what the Pro Bowl giving you. But nobody cares about the Pro Bowl. Like nobody presses anybody over the Pro Bowl.
Not even a little.
Not even a little. We just okay. Well, we're just going to worry about Super Bowl the next week.
That's why I don't understand why the All-Star break is such a big deal.
No, but let me ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this question. I got a different camera now, but I'm gonna adjust that. But let me ask you this question: why do you think people overseas? So I went to the UK. Why would they know more about the NFL than the NBA? Tell me why. Why do you think that?
NFL's big, man. It's like
everything. NFL's king. So, I mean,
everything about it.
It's just king in the NFL. I mean, in America, but it's like it's the most one of the most complicated sports to explain. Why would that be?
It might be the most I think maybe the league itself, because like nobody in Europe really playing football. I mean, they might be playing football like that, but it's not like basketball. The sport is global. Maybe not NBA is as global as NFL, but basketball, the sport obviously is global. Everybody play that shit. NFL, you don't really see people like that playing the sport of football outside the USA. You might see it like in Australia, they have their own league. Maybe a little bit in like Germany and shit like that. But I can see the sport is not as big, but I can see why the league is. Everything is just more entertaining. To me, it's not entertaining, but I can see big stadium. It's easier to talk about. You don't really have to know the sports. Like casuals, doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter if you know the sport or not. Like you see a big touchdown, you see somebody get mossed, shit like that. I don't think it really like that matters that they know.
What country was this? You don't mind me asking.
It's the UK.
Oh, the UK? Oh, that's the problem right there. They ain't got no star.
Nah,
they ain't got no NBA. They ain't got no NBA star out there. Who's the NBA representation?
That's hilarious.
Actually, I'm actually trying to think. Yeah,
who is, but like still like NFL wouldn't that still doesn't like even.
No, I'm saying no, but like UK, like doesn't the NFL make it a thing to do London games?
Yeah, but it's the Jaguars, like I guess. But
yeah, it was the Jaguars, whether it be the Packers. They're still putting NBA like NFL
Germany games too.
But
in
the NBA
countries.
But that's the thing I'm saying. Like, okay, the NFL is doing that. The NBA does it, but it's a preseason. But like, I get it, and I get the logistics of that probably a lot harder than obviously NFL because it's once a week rather than NBA is once every couple of days. But it's like the NFL should not be spreading further than the NBA ever because basketball is just the simplicity of talking about basketball. And when Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, like those guys, like when you have global stars like that, like Patrick Mahomes will never be bigger than any of those people, like ever. He can never be bigger than those people. Even though he win a lot of rings and that's great for him, but just how basketball spreads, that shouldn't be a thing. And David Stern is when he's the commissioner, that's not going to be a thing. When he was commissioner, that wasn't going to be a thing. Whoever the biggest football star didn't matter because we have Kobe and Michael Jordan. Like these guys nowadays. And I'm not saying it's just his fault. I think it's also the players' fault. And I also think it's the media's fault, too. It's a multifaceted, just complete failure everywhere. Because if you look at the media, they're going to talk bad about the NBA. Like, they talk bad about their own product, especially inside. Look, NBA on TNT, I like them. They're funny. But I think, should definitely be the last All-Star game they have. We definitely need to move this to NBC. Because that was terrible, as you know, and then Draymond Green is bashing the product. So even if you wanted to give it a shot to watch it, Draymond Green bashes it. Like that selection process, Kevin Hart, and he's like talking forever, and then they not like, bro.
Yeah, and
then I didn't even watch All-Star.
And then they even had that break in the final game. They had a break where they did like that freaking thing for Inside the NBA. Like I think it was only like 30 minutes of actual basketball being played in like the whole 3-hour thing. It started 20 minutes late. It was, it just wasn't. Wasn't a great.
I'll tell you. Look, Austin, I'm telling you, NBC. Y'all go watch NBC programming in the 90s. Watch some programming in the 90s from NBC, bro. I'm gonna tell you.
I saw there was. Like
it's solid.
really good.
It's fire. it make you feel like, bro, a game 7. There's a game 7 between the Jazz and the Supersonics. That's not mid, but it's like that's not the Lakers and Celtics, right? And I feel like, bro, I'm like, bro, who gonna leave the winner? Whoever loses dies. That's how I'm feeling. Like it's that much hype into it. I don't feel it. The game 7s you see. What game 7 do you remember last year?
Who had a game 7?
Timberwolves, Nuggets.
That's the only one, right? Is that the only one? No, they had
No,
the
no,
Knicks
there was-
Pacers.
there was-
the
there
Knicks
was-
Yeah, I would say Knicks Pacers went to 7.
But
Bro,
that it was a blow. But
Yeah,
y'all fall apart.
Cavs Magic went 7, but nobody cares.
that right over.
That was low level basketball right there.
Very low IQ basketball.
But bro, them games, the Nuggets. So Nuggets Timberwolves is the most hype one out of
That
those
was the
three.
best series. In
So
the
you're
playoffs.
saying what was you said?
know.
Magic who? Who was it? Magic what?
Magic Cavs?
Magic
bro.
Cavs.
So Cavs pretty good. So if NBC did Magic Cavs, people would care about it.
No,
If NBC did
No.
Magic,
Hell no.
obviously
They wouldn't.
Magic,
basketball wasn't
They wouldn't
good.
care.
Like, no,
obviously
bad
Magic
hoop.
versus Cavs. Obviously Magic versus Cavs not gonna hit like obviously the other series is. But I'm saying if NBC had it, there would be more aura to it. There's more. It's about the presentation. The NBA Finals, the NBA, all these series that you watch, the presentation was not as good as it used to be.
So Mike
How
Green he not doing it for you.
I mean, Mike Breen, cool. They fired they fired Jeff Van Gundy and they fired my man Mama. There goes that man. What my man named Mark Jackson?
Mark Jackson.
But they fired these people, bro. It don't hit. It don't hit. Like that hit. It don't hit as much anymore. I'm just saying.
I think the simplicity. I think not simple. I think what's these basic models. When it comes to at least for like all-star stuff or like just even the graphics that you see like on like the ESPNs or like the national television stuff, like when you do stuff like the scoreboard is everything just looks too simplistic. Everything just looks too basic. I don't like that culture of just like oversimplifying everything. Like you always talk about like that trophy being in the center of the court during the NBA finals, like just the little details of like that cursive writing that's like on the hardwood of like NBA finals. Like I think those things like make a difference where it's like, okay,
They
like make this look different than the regular season.
And they don't do that. They didn't do that. They don't
So
do
I
look.
respect that.
That's the key. And I'm gonna tell you, here's a guy who's low key, a very low key guy who definitely helped back in this NBC. And I don't know if NBC gonna have him,
Yeah.
but Bob
Nickelodeon
Costas.
partnership.
Yeah,
Bob Costas? Boy, I'm gonna tell you, you go back in the '90s. But you know the best thing about Bob Costas and them programs, bro. I'm gonna pull him up. I'll pull up this one. This is the GOAT of storytelling in the NBA. bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you're talking
You
about.
know. I'm gonna show his face, bro. When before the game started, he sit down and he give you the freaking synopsis of the series, how it got to this point, and the stakes. Oh my, you be like, okay, now we getting lit. You watch a Chicago Bulls game back in the '90s, a game 7 against Indiana, game 7 against the Knicks, them type of games. You feel like, okay, the gravity of the world is happening right now. This is the game of all games. I don't have that anymore. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like that. It's presentation. The product isn't bad, in my opinion. I just think the presentation is terrible. That's the problem. I'm gonna show you Channing Frye. He had his I'm gonna give you a little Channing. I'm gonna show Channing Frye, and like he had a point here, and I'm gonna share my screen here. Let me show you what he said. He said nostalgia is killing NBA. All right, let me full screen you, and
Nostalgia is killing the NBA.
y'all hear?
Correct.
The 90s basketball, Michael Jordan and Kobe, was not as clean as y'all think it was. Y'all forget that Jordan left the league for 2 years. Y'all forget that Kobe, rest in peace, quit on his team in the playoffs and did not shoot the basketball. So all this Kobe, Jordan, oh, he's not this, he's not that. That is propaganda. Every great player, whether that's Ant, Wemby, Bron, Steph, this, that. They compare him to a motherfucker 40 years ago. The rules weren't even the same. You're not really watching help side defense. Who's doing this? What is this rule? What is that rule? You're not watching. Nobody celebrates these new people. So why the fuck would anybody want to be the face of this league where you're going to get shitted on every network for not being somebody from 40 fucking years ago? It's ridiculous. It is unfair.
We got passion.
Braun
Bro.
is one of the greatest players ever to play. Stephen Curry is one of the greatest players ever to play. Giannis is one of the great. Jokic. And you know what we do? We talk about fucking Michael Jordan. All this superstar era shit is over. The card cap called a second apron, it's over. Teams are going to take over.
That boy got passion, boy. That boy was that boy got passion with that boy. Was he spitting? Y'all tell me, were you feeling that?
He was spitting, in my opinion. He was spitting. I don't think he said anything wrong. Because why are we still talking about Michael Jordan in the year 2025 after a major accomplishment from somebody else?
I tell you what you know, but need to know about him. But yeah, I do get it. Like I told you, like the NBA in the 90s, 2000s was not as clean. I know it wasn't as clean. Like I'm not gonna let nostalgia kill. Like if you go watch 2000s basketball between some of these like lower teams, bro, it's very slow and it's very boring. I promise you. Like yeah, you go watch it. It's not as like celebrated. I promise. It's not as good as you think it is. But the final product is what I'm talking about. The final product. That's like it's the I don't know. It's just something about the players and the aura of it that I feel like this league is better than that league, but it's not being celebrated as much as that league is. I feel like this league is. I feel like Shea and Jokic, like you got centers who can get 10 assists, and you got centers who's 7'6" who can shoot deep threes. You have all this type of talent in the league, and it just doesn't get celebrated. I just don't think it's presented well.
It's because it starts with the NBA media. I think if you can talk about marketing all you want, that's fine. I truly do believe it starts with the NBA media. The NBA media is one of the most vocal out of everybody involved. I think JJ Redick said it best. Like, you have somebody telling me something's not good, why would I watch it? Like, why would I give it a chance?
I didn't say any Nickelodeon partnerships hilarious. That's the NFL to have that, yeah.
It's one of them just like it's just like, yes, we have some of the greatest talent. Everything you want, because everybody says like they have this nostalgia of like early 2000s basketball, or everybody, you know, like whatever it is. Everything that you want out of NBA basketball is available in this era of basketball. If you want somebody that's just shooting a whole bunch of mid-range jump shots, SGA is right there, my brother.
Yeah.
Like, if you want somebody that's going to dunk on somebody, Anthony Edwards is right there, brother. Like, there are plenty of players. I hate the concept of everybody's playing the same.
Yeah.
Everybody's shooting threes. No, everybody's not shooting threes. You know how bad the Rockets shoot from three? We shoot horrible from three. We don't have shooters. But we play
angry shepherd.
We play athletic. We play athletic as hell. We play defense, and we run fast breaks like crazy. Yeah, you want the heliocentric vibe again? Luka Doncic is somewhere in America hooping, whether it be Dallas or LA.
Sorry,
so it's the notion of just like it's the media telling lies and not, or just being uneducated or just simply they're not watching the game. Because you can't tell me Detroit plays like Atlanta. You can't tell me Atlanta plays like LA. You can't tell me LA plays like Houston. Everybody look at a Boston game and you would think, only Boston plays like Boston. Because they have the equipment of having somebody like a Peyton Pritchard be like a 6th or 7th man off the bench and still do crazy things like that. So it starts with the NBA media telling the truth. They're not even telling the truth. And from there it goes to marketing. How can I market something that the NBA media is colliding with? You know,
so wait, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Oh, Maurice, were you about to say something? And then I'll ask a question if you.
I was saying like, I think we already see so much of these players just due to social media. Like back in the day, obviously social media wasn't a thing in the 90s and the early 2000s. So like. You only really got to hear about your favorite player or any players like when they were on the court. Now we could see what KD doing if he posts some shit. We could see what SGA is about to be wearing because he can post it on Instagram or something. It's always like we always see what these people are doing. So I feel like the spark of it has gone down since I can just hop on Instagram to see it. See anyway, I'm following them, right? Back in the day, Michael Jordan does something, I don't know, he brings a camera to to a finals or something, whatever, or takes a picture or whatever, that shit's gonna make global news because it's like the only time you can really see that shit is right there. Now we have the abundance of seeing it.
Dang, no kayfabe, man.
Yeah, and kind of just going off what you were saying, even just with like this area of social media, like in 2025, like with the ratings and stuff, it's like there's so much content out there. Like there's so many more things for us to watch now than there was 30 years ago with Netflix and all the different streaming services and YouTube and Twitch. There's so many things that are competing for our attention. So it's just like I think that's something that people when they're talking about like back in the day, like it's a different world that we live in.
So you tell me this overstimulation ruining us?
Absolutely. People got TikTok brain. People don't even care to watch full basketball games anymore.
I miss that.
We're watching highlights all the time. If I don't feel like watching the game, I'll watch the a minute or the 90-second version that Bleacher Report's going to come out with Paulo Banchero dropping 50 because I
this man John. I know this man John is so funny.
The NBA so ass.
He had to hate quick.
John been pushing that for a couple years. For a couple years.
That boy John has hate in his heart. I love that boy. He said NFL gone. I gotta come in here with my stuff. Yeah, that's true. The stimulation, I do miss simplicity. I do miss that simplicity where I couldn't access everything so easily. Because now, like, it makes it. For some reason, even though that's not like you want convenience, I don't want too much convenience because that ruins everything for me.
Like, yeah, do I care to watch LeBron? I don't care to watch LeBron every single game, every single day.
But okay, let me ask y'all this: when is the last time you watched basketball and saw and looked and said, "This what I'm watching right now is historic greatness"? Like you're in awe. Like when you watch it, like because back in the you watch it constantly. Pretty constantly because you like I said, attention, right? Your attention span was focused. You watch all the basketball games so you could see like, okay, maybe go back to 2016 Steph when he hit that deep three on OKC. That's when I'm like, oh my gosh,
maybe
what
Luka,
am I watching?
I'll say when Luka
got a triple double.
When Luka dropped, he had like a 60-point.
I guess the next
memories had. That memories had. Yeah.
That's it. I was gonna say that was exactly or that or Trae Young.
I remember. Oh yeah, Trae Young. Whenever he's in New York. I'm like, it may not be historic, but the aura is there. The aura is there when he's in Madison Square Garden. I can't take nothing away from Trae Young. People be shitting about Trae Young here. But
why isn't the NFL impacted by social media, but the NBA is? I feel like that is a mute point.
Why is the NFL impacted by?
He calling you out. He ain't calling me out. I ain't saying nothing about that.
Why isn't the NFL?
You gotta read that a couple of times. Make sure you get that because he called you out there.
He said, "Why isn't NFL impacted by social media?"
But the NBA.
I'm being honest with you. Like, I think the NBA pushes more social media than the NFL, and I feel like the NFL and the NBA are playing two different kind of games because the NFL only has to worry about once a week content. Games are always going to matter if you only have 17 or 18 of them. There's more games that are televised. There are going to be more games. It's easier to promote things when there's only once a week versus how am I going to promote 82 games? How do you promote something that's November 15th and it's conflicted with the NFL
and the builds? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I promote LeBron playing the Charlotte Hornets when Pat Mahomes is playing Josh Allen that same day?
Who is this? Andrew Nembhard.
I actually know that name. Hold on.
I know that's one of them randoms. Boy, that's one of them. That's one of them. You gotta know Nembhard.
And I know, Andrew Nembhard played for the. Well, he used to play for the Pacers. I don't know if he plays for the Pacers anymore.
Oh yeah,
he hating. He
hating. It's that Pacers shit. I know. Yeah.
Oh, he hating.
That 31 foot back jumper to his left, like man, and that's just Andrew Nembhard is like a good like. That's not even a star caliber player that was able to pull off a shot like that. Just going back like the skill level, like the players today are insane.
Yeah, the skill's insane. I just think, like I said, for me, it's all about that presentation stuff. I do get the like social media stimulation, overstimulate you. You got a certain thing, and I get the NFL and NBA has some little. So Austin, ball, that's funny. This man John, he funny, but I get that point, but. I don't know, man. I wouldn't know how to fix it then if that's the case. Because that's what I'm saying is NBA like If
The
there's
biggest-
there no way to
NBA
fix
will
this?
never be the NBA will never be better than the NFL. Like it'll never outrank an NFL rating.
And the
It's not
biggest
gonna
thing that the NFL
Well, I
has,
get that.
the
but-
biggest thing the NFL has to its advantage is its sense of urgency. Like every game matters. Like
Yes,
every
literally.
like
but
in the
how do you put
NFL,
that?
you start off 0-3, your season's probably finished.
Unless, well, no, I'm not, because that team didn't do nothing. But that we came back from that, but that didn't matter because we lost first round.
Mm.
But I get you say. Obviously, most teams
Yeah,
like
the sense
99%.
of
of them.
urgency,
Yeah.
and then even going back to like with the social media, it's like the NFL, like you see the NBA players, because like the NBA players, you can actually like see like on the football field, like the guys have helmets on, and it's like, so it's like an accessibility you don't really have with the NFL, because it's more guys on the field. It's more team oriented in the NFL versus the NBA. It's like you're tuning in for like that star player or something like that.
Oh, okay. Let me ask y'all this: what if y'all could do something? Y'all wave a magic wand right now, and what you would do would instantly make the NBA make significantly more money and have significantly higher ratings. Like you could do anything. You can either make Anthony Edwards a superstar main character and want to embrace it, and they do all that. You can do this. You can shorten the season. You can do whatever. There's one thing, but you could do it, and it would instantly boost ratings and the money. What do you think you could do?
What you just
Austin,
said
you
is kind of counterproductive, because some of the stuff that would actually improve the product would decrease the money, which is why, like for example,
Like
like
what?
short the season,
Yeah, short
Like,
the
yeah.
season, you're gonna lose money.
because the TV
Yeah.
contract money is
So
insane.
since you can't do that, what would you do then? Would
You should
Jokic be more would you make Jokic a like more marketable person? Like Jokic instantly like to be more marketable? Like what would you do?
I mean, Jokic doesn't.
More tournaments? More tournaments?
What term is
Jokic
code?
just wants to- Jokic just wants to hoop and then go to his like courses and stuff. No, it's not.
More
I-
games. I think more games like in Europe could definitely help. Try doing some try to do some of that.
Yeah, they should do that some more. They because they do it for like they have like a few Mexico City games. They do some Mexico games. But yeah, if you do a few games that are overseas, they do it in preseason. But shit, I mean, I would test out a regular season game here or there just to kind of see how it goes. But I know the logistics of that may be a little whatever. Something that may not make them a ton of money, but I wish they would do is when they do NBA All-Star game, like when it's NBA All-Star weekend. I don't know why we don't have NBA All-Star edition jerseys. Like,
Yeah, that's
or
cool.
Purchase not necessarily like the generic All-Star. I think something that's like, okay, you remember when early 2000s people were like playing in their own jerseys? Yeah,
Yeah.
like have your own jersey, but make it like you know how they do like the NBA City edition? Do it for your city. Do it for your city and for your All-Star that made it. So if Cade Cunningham has the limited edition All-Star jersey that he was going to wear on Sunday, I think a lot of people will buy it.
this man hating like crazy.
NBA is like a blockbuster. You had your time, but Netflix NFL was always going to come take over. I mean,
the NFL was always like.
There was never a time where the NBA ever surpassed the NFL.
Yeah.
Wait. We got maybe, but like you got look at them 90s. I don't know that the 90s Super Bowls were awful. I'm not. They were awful. They were awful. The NFC won like 12
the
straight.
Cowboys had three.
No. I mean, it didn't matter after even the I can't say that team. The Commanders. I'm about to say the wrong name. The Commanders and the what's the other team that there's more. The Giants. All them teams were winning consistently. The Broncos get destroyed every time until John Elway won that one. You know, he didn't win, but there was like a 12 straight years of just consistent NFC wins versus Michael Jordan in the finals. I don't know. I don't think the NFL probably wins, but it's probably a little closer. Like Bills versus Cowboys, 52-17 versus like Michael Jordan facing
versus another another Michael Jordan ring. I don't know.
Yeah, hey, you gotta check them rating. Michael Jordan was very high.
But like LeBron's in the final for like what 10 years,
10 straight seasons,
and people watch it.
But I know, but I know, but at the same time, though, like he faced the Spurs at one time, and like nobody, like every time the Spurs got to the finals, the ratings dropped. I'm sorry, Mauricio, but literally, it's like it coincided every single time. the Spurs made the finals like freaking 6 times. He kept hurting the freaking ratings. But yeah, the NFL, usually will have more because the Super Bowls are more like it's a bigger event. Takes 2 weeks to get to. The finals is 7 games. The Super Bowl's 1 game. There's a lot more build to it. It's 2 weeks of build. Like
It's
that makes
easier to
sense.
market. It's easier to market that. Like we go back. Like how do you market all 82 games?
How do you market the playoffs? What about how do you market the playoffs to be more something?
First of all, I done been told y'all first round never needed to be 7 games. Y'all can cut that.
Are
shit
we going
out.
back to the 90s best of 5?
I can sort of see that.
Shit. Y'all can do 5. Me personally, I'll do 3. But if you want to do 5, we can do 5.
3 crazy now. 3 you lose.
Like
too much
it's
money,
like
I think.
because, like I said, why on God's green earth that we have to subject ourselves to the Magics versus the Cavs in the game 7 when there's an NBA game happening the first round? There's an NBA game being played every single day. We don't need 7-game series for that. You know what I mean? We don't need the fake comebacks.
Now you missed some classics though. If you took it away, you missed that Bulls Celtics playoff series that went to 7. Austin, I don't know if you remember that, but like when Derrick Rose, I think it was like his first one. That was a classic when I went to 7, and it was like one of the greatest ever. I don't know if it would have gone to 7. I don't know if it would have gone to 7.
You wonder why the Miami Heat ended up making the finals because y'all allowed them niggas to have 7 games, 7-game series to mess around. And Jimmy Butler, if you shorten that thing to 3 or the best of 3 or the best of 5, you would have packed up Jimmy. You probably would have had your little Boston Celtics series that would have improved the ratings that y'all so desperately say was a problem.
I know, but I'll tell you, John. Let me see. All jokes aside, the NBA failing because they let players be a face league instead of teams. Teams never change what players do, and Zion them didn't excuse Zion. To me, Zion, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking at full screen. Zion, you a big reason why this is happening. Like the marketing, bro. Zion was supposed to be. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, you, bro. Bro, I'm gonna get back. Let's go back. Let's go back in time. Maurice, we're going back to our senior year of college, right?
Okay.
Zion Williamson, first game, come out, he hit 4 threes, right, against the Spurs. I remember that. I was like, okay, he injured, but he came and hit 4 threes. I was like, okay, we lit, right? I remember watching. I sit there. I watched Lakers Pelicans. It's the Pelicans. Who the heck watched the Pelicans? But I'm intrigued because it's LeBron versus Zion. Zion Williamson is an outstanding basketball player. He shoots like 60% from the field. He's amazing, right? Really good. And he actually drew me to watch the Pelicans play at the Smoothie King Center. Who the heck watched some games at the Smoothie King Center? But I'm watching because of Zion. Bro, my man had an eating problem. He still does. My man's legs.
Now he lost weight.
Yeah, he lost weight.
Always say that. I know he lost weight before too. This ain't the first time he lost weight. You don't think he eat it back up? You don't think he can go right back up? He New Orleans. Food delicious in New Orleans. He can go right back up. His legs are not taking all the weight, and he's consistently being. Bro, you see him overweight constantly. I'm like, that's the difference between I see LeBron at 40, who's like slim, completely slim and in shape, and Zion, who is what, 20? How old is Zion? He born in 2000 or something. He was 24? Why is he looking? Why he got that on him, bro? You got $200 million. They gave him $200 million. He has not taken his team to the postseason one time.
He hasn't played a playoff game.
He hasn't played in the postseason, and they gave him two. He hasn't. His team
just that playing in the game.
His team is playing the playoffs, but not him. They gave him $200 million. I remember there was a game in the play, and he said he didn't want to play. I think it was like 99% to go. He didn't want to play because he didn't feel like $200 million, and he that's ridiculous. That the mindset of these players is ridiculous. That's a ridiculous mindset, and a lot of y'all have that mindset. Y'all, if you make $200 million, you need to be like this product. You're a part of the growth of this product. That's why I say you should. This is a partnership. You're making $200 million. Not only are you a hooper, you should be you're doing the marketing too. Like you help push the game forward. You're an ambassador of the sport. You're making $200 million. If you want to $5-6 million, minimum people, it's whatever. But if you $200 million, bro, you help push the game forward.
Yeah,
people will look for. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I think you're onto something. I understand that. Zion, is Zion fault? It's John Morant fault. Yeah. It's John Morant fault. It's LaMelo Ball fault.
And that's what I'm saying. The mindset of these players.
He's young. Yeah,
They're not thinking about none of that shit.
And that's what
exactly.
I'm saying,
That's
though.
the problem.
That's the difference. That's the difference,
Yeah.
bro.
They
Kobe
already got
problem
the
right
life
there.
changing
They-
money.
they-
Like the
they think
incentive to improve is just not.
it's not there. You
My
get
contract's
$200
fully
million.
guaranteed. Like I'm gonna get buckets and.
Maurice,
all right,
I think you said that if you got this much money, you would try to be the best player possible. I think you told me that. Like, if you got $200 million, bro, you try and get a chef. You making sure you got a basketball court, you got a gym.
Might as
you make
well.
sure-
It goes to the core point. Like money just magnifies what you already are. So you give
Exactly.
somebody more money, they're just gonna be more of that. So what we're seeing with a lot of these guys, with Zion and Ja, and even you go all the way back to when Minnesota gave Andrew Wiggins all that money. He was apparently all he just had to say, "Oh, I promise I'm gonna get better," and it's just like, boom, here's 150 mil, and then his career stagnated for like 5 years until he got to a different situation. So
You got probably main character. Yeah, go right to that main character, and then the plot went up because now the expectation went higher.
yeah,
You can't
remember
be
Andrew
sitting on
Wiggins
the,
was supposed to be like the next, like he had that game in 2016 against the Lakers. It was just like, oh my goodness, next,
everybody's
like,
supposed to be next LeBron.
yeah, it might be the next Kobe and shit. And then he got the max contract, and then it's just like, well,
But
all right.
again, no one got that mentality of. I'm not saying no one. I'm not gonna say nobody. People have this. Some people do. But I'm just saying, bro. A lot of these young guys, they super talented. They're more talented than anybody back in those days. But they don't have the mindset. They make $200 million. You make so you get paid off potential, and they have hella potential. But if you get all this money, you get any car you want, you get any woman you want. You can go any city. You can mess with any woman you want to. You can do whatever you want. You have the ability to fly from city to city, fly out people. You live a life that is so lavish. You can have gluttony. You can have lust. You can have greed. You can have almost every 7 deadly sin possible. Why the heck would I focus on getting better at basketball? Why would I focus on this partnership? This is the maturity aspect. This is a partnership. Help grow the game. This is your job. You make this too much money for it not to be your job. Help grow basketball. LeBron James did. Steph Curry did. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. If you want to be one of the greats, if you want to be just another player, okay, whatever, right? But if you want to be one of the greats, like you be saying in your interviews, you want to be one of the best, you want to be multi-time All-Star, an MVP, like they be saying in their interviews, it's that mental part. That's the part that you're missing. That's the part that a lot of them are missing, and that's what's stopping them.
That's what's so encouraging about Victor Wembanyama. Like, not only is he this, genetic just anomaly, it's like he has that mindset like already, and drive to, because his ceiling is.
Yeah, but hopefully stay healthy. I know he got that problem.
Yeah, he's out for this. That's
hopefully he can stay healthy, and they can get that together. And I think even with what you're saying with these young players, giving them millions upon millions and millions of dollars to help grow the game, there does need to be there needs to be structure into that. Like I can't expect to look at a 21, 22-year-old and then throw them $300 million and be like, grow the game, little nigga. Like, all right, like you're entrusting that in a 21-year-old when you have grown adults that it is your job and your civic duty on your job description to know what to do to grow the game, and you have all this data and all these resources to do what you need to do. Money, just giving money to 21-year-olds is not going to just give you the response that you're looking for. You're going to have to at least guide them somewhere. Like everybody's not going to be a LeBron James where they're already a business-minded individual and they're growing their persona as well as the game. That's why LeBron is LeBron. That's why we don't have hella LeBrons in the league, because LeBron was just that special enough to get it done.
When you say guide them, who you think is supposed to be doing that?
You said who's supposed to be whoever giving them the damn money,
or the vets, or the vets on your team.
I could care less about the fucking vets. Whoever giving you the $300 million. If you're gonna be somebody that's like a GM or whatever, and your talking point about the Zion complaints, we giving them $200 million, $300 million, da da da. If all you did was just throw millions of dollars in that man's face and then just walked away and just hoped he locked in, that's your fault. You did that. Now, if you did everything that you could and it just didn't work out, well, so be it. Everything don't work out. Every situation doesn't work out. Move accordingly. But if you're gonna blame the money, I don't know.
I think someone else who can help guide who they don't take serious is that person down there, because John Morant, with all his shenanigans, that man sat with him. Adam Silver sat with John Morant. He gave him, he the principal. That's the principal. There's teachers. That's the principle of the whole thing. And he sat down with him and he did not care. That man did not listen at all. They do not respect. They don't respect any. They didn't respect him. And remember last year, the veterans of the game. Remember Larry Bird and I think Julius Erving came into the All-Star. They came in the back with the All-Star players and was like, hey guys, we got to take this game serious. We got to go out here. We got to play hard. We got to. They said, I don't know what the hell you talking about, but you ain't paying me. So get the hell out of my locker room. They went out and dropped 200. They went out and dropped 200 of the saddest points ever. Yeah. So,
and they were in Indiana.
They don't respect the principal. They don't respect the freaking seniors from yesteryears. They don't respect the people. So what chance do we have? This product, I'm not gonna lie to you. This product,
not really leaders.
There's not a lot of hope because there's no young guys that I've seen. Not a lot of young guys. I'm not saying no, but there's not a lot of young guys coming in here with that mental maturity. Because I understand not everybody LeBron, but we need at least someone to have the mental maturity to understand what their job is. Their job isn't to just have sex with all the women and make all the money and do that. That's not just your job. You have multiple jobs. So you make more money than 99% of humanity. Your job is to help tell a story. The chapter of the NBA, you're in it. Your job is to help push the NBA forward and tell that story. Now, a lot of them not going to think like that. I get it. But my goodness, there's not. Can you tell me?
It's not their job to sell stories.
Look,
they can't push a story. They can't really push a story. That's up to the NBA media to do a better job.
I know the media got to do a better job, but like the players themselves just taking. It's just something about like when you're a player, you understand that your job is marketing. Like it's a part of your job is to market this. Like if you're Jokic and you don't care about winning the Finals MVP, and you say you've lost your Finals MVP, that does a terrible thing for the sport because it's like, okay, this doesn't matter.
But whose fault is that? If you have NBA media disrespecting, like, okay, none of this MVP shit matters without a ring, the players are gonna eat and bite off of that.
That man love Jimmy, boy. He still love Jimmy to this day, boy. He still love Jimmy, boy. Hey.
No, I'm saying, like, they're already notorious for giving Joel Embiid the Here Nigga Damn Award when it comes to the MVP. So now all of a sudden I'm supposed to feel like they're not pushing the game when they no longer care about certain NBA awards anymore, or when Rudy Gobert wins Defensive Player of the Year. Now it's a shit fest of like he didn't really deserve it, or he didn't really earn it, or he still get cooked in the playoffs. So does these DPOYs really matter? It starts with the NBA media.
Well, okay, let me ask y'all this then: is it just nostalgia? Is the NBA product? No, is the whole thing presentation, product, everything? You go back 10 years and you go back now. Is it better then or better now? Obviously, the players are more skilled, but I'm talking not just the skilled play, because people could be hella skilled, do all these moves, and nobody give a damn.
You said 10 years ago?
10 years ago.
Only 10 years.
2014, 15 season.
That's 2014,
That's a Steph Curry start. That's a Steph Curry start.
It's better now. It's better now. Now, if you would have said 2016 or 2017, you may have a little argument. 2014, 2015?
I had more fun then.
Because you had Josh Smith coming back from a 3-1 lead.
It just wasn't that simple. It was more like I just had more fun. I just had like I remember those Chris Paul, Blake Griffin commercials, and I remember just Steph Curry and him shooting those threes for the first time and doing that. LeBron went to Cleveland and the story of LeBron coming back to Cleveland. I'm coming home. All that did more for me than what's happening right now. I swear.
I think ads and marketing I think they are. I'm not saying that they're relying too heavily on social media, but I think a lot of their ads and marketing is geared towards social media to the point where you don't really see as much creative ads and marketing and commercials on like actual broadcast television, in my personal opinion. Because back when 2014, 2015, we had social media, but I don't even think we had a minute videos on Instagram just yet. I think we were still at the six
I know Charles Barkley did criticize the Warriors, but I mean,
Yeah,
I
Charles
was
Barkley
also
used to be
shooting
like, yeah, like you can't win with this style of
For
play
football.
until they won
Until they
multiple
No,
rings.
no, he typed fast. Maurice, you tell me, what's better now or 2014, that 14-15 season? 10 years
Wow,
ago.
bro.
I'll tell you this story. The
I
storylines
don't-
back then were bops, but I get it. I feel hey,
What's-
go
what,
ahead.
okay, what was the storyline?
The talent was better.
LeBron James came back to
better
Cleveland.
now.
That's freaking humongous. I was hyping him up. It's the Warriors, the shooting, Klay Thompson 37 and a quarter.
So-
Steph Curry and his all that don't hit now.
So that storyline versus I have
What's the storyline now?
we have a piss poor fucking GM in Dallas that decided to trade Luka for a bag of fucking chips.
That's just funnier.
I've
That's
never
just
seen a trade
just funnier.
like that. That's a storyline. That's a
funny. Though.
storyline.
That's not.
I
That's
think now.
funny. But
That's
that don't,
crazy. That's crazy.
Maurice, you said now, right?
I think now it's better.
Now it's better.
I
Look,
think it's better now.
April 9th,
Bro,
April 9th, Dallas gonna look like Gotham City when Luka come back and
Okay,
play
so-
against the Mavs.
So you have Luka. So you have Luka going to Lakers.
Yes.
But then the LeBron returning to Cleveland, Steph Curry and the Renaissance beginning. You have Russell Westbrook and the start of his triple-double stuff because, when KD got hurt, he became
The
a
Curry
triple-double
thing is
machine.
like it's hindsight because we didn't know that shit.
That's hindsight.
It was
No-
happening
nobody-
in the moment. It was happening. He was winning
We
the
didn't-
MVP.
Yeah, but
He was-
at the same time, he was going neck and neck with James Harden that year.
Yeah, I mean, he
MVP.
was,
know
but
what
he was.
actually
But it wasn't.
he
It
was
wasn't
hitting
like
the
a
deep threes.
yeah. Nobody was like, oh yeah, we seeing threes revolution. We literally were talking about how Charles Barkley did not believe the
But
Warriors
that-
could win a
didn't stop
championship.
him.
So I mean,
Okay.
we're inflating Steph Curry at this point. For
Okay,
2014,
Austin, what do you
2015.
think? 14, 15 or now? I
I
know
would
it's about it. Go ahead. What'd you say?
I would say now.
I know it's gonna be 3-1. I know it's 3-1, but what happened about 9 years ago?
I
3-1
like the
came back.
players from back then. The players were just fun. They were fun and they were entertaining.
What
but like
makes
the
now?
style, it's just the
what makes now?
style of basketball better now.
I know. I told you. I know. I get the product. Like in terms of the whole, like the amount of talent and
Yeah,
all
the
this. It
story-
caught
the
up the 10 years.
storyline-
But what
the storyline's
storylines existing right now that's better than what I just told you?
Before the
10 years.
NBA started, before the NBA started, you had
LeBron not in the finals.
you had a Western Conference team that went to the Western Conference Finals, and they decided to trade their second best player to New York. That's a storyline that you could play off of.
True.
I already talked about the Luka shit that happened. Jimmy Butler and his little riff. We'll see what happens with the Warriors. The fact that we have play-in tournaments in general can make or break what's going on. We are stacked in the West to the point where you can have a winning record and not make the play-in. I don't know what the hell the Cavs is on, but they doing something crazy right now. I don't know why. OKC is
The conversation of
OKC.
the NBA being negative is to do the media. I'm just gonna have to that's gonna be my own disagreement. I don't know.
Hey, man,
That's just
look.
and I feel it, but
It's
I'm just like, bro.
it's nostalgia, brother.
I know, but
It's
I get
nostalgia.
and I get nostalgia. I get the nostalgia bit, but I'm just saying LeBron come back to Cleveland versus everything you just told me does not compare to that moment of LeBron.
Because you was in high school, brother. We was
I could be
kids,
any
man.
school, bro. That's LeBron going back
kids.
to Cleveland. That man went
We
to
was
Miami,
kids,
became
bro.
a villain, and they
We
came
grew
back
up on
and became.
Bron.
And he's still, bro.
My little cousin is hurt right now. That man's
Bro,
from
okay.
Dallas. My little cousin hurt right now because Luka got traded, bro. He gonna be like, yo, that
So
was
if I-
crazy.
If I say, okay, so I'm curious. I'm curious how deep this runs. If I say 9 years ago, 15, 16 season, what the hell happening now that's better than that season? You tell me. I'm curious if you keep with it because that's only a year later from the 14, 15
16
season.
season. That was that was with the Warriors. Yeah,
That was an anomaly
Yeah,
season.
the-
that was
That was
Oh,
an anomaly
yeah.
season. That's
happened
that's a
this season.
generational
15,
year.
16?
Relax.
Oh, yeah.
Relax.
yeah. The Warriors. Yeah, Steve Kerr was out. The Warriors started
my
off 24-0. Like that.
Yeah,
was,
LeBron won. People, on some low key shit. That was when Boogie and AD were teaming with each other in the Pelicans. And that was a nice little
That was-
side quest
That was
mission.
later. It was like 2018, yeah?
That was
That was
like
later.
2 years
Okay,
ago.
that was later.
It was a little later.
But
20
even with that, I mean, you're still on nostalgic. Like you
Yeah,
can't.
that was
So
probably
are
the
you
best-
expecting? So you
That's the
expecting
last
like
All-Star
this season?
weekend. That was the last All-Star weekend. That was like solid from start to finish.
True.
2020
Oh.
was dope too. 2020 was a great
why
All-Star.
did they? Yeah, the 20
wasn't better than 16.
where they had like.
I know
No,
it
2016
went
was
better
better.
than 16, but I'm saying 2020 was really good compared to what you've been seeing now. 2020 is like clear to compare.
2019 was definitely the second best year.
2020 was like significantly better than anything in the past like 3 years.
Yeah, when
Like,
generational talent when generational talent passes away like that, I mean,
it and then, but the dunk contest, Aaron Gordon jump over Taco Fall, he still lost. I don't know how he lost, but he's like that was a that's good. That was a good freaking year.
But that's the problem. That's another problem.
I don't think
How do I
with that,
expect people like Aaron Gordon to continue to be in dunk contests when we getting rig sessions like that?
And I know I get that, but I know like the stars don't even want to be in the dunk contest, and the big reason because social media gonna kill them because if they mess up, then he gonna. So all this and that, bro. Like I know social media, the NBA media, yes, has killed it. Social media has killed it, but I'm saying like 15, 16, that's not nostalgia. That's not like a nostalgia thing. I think that's just a definitively better year. John with 2019, I think 2019. I think 2019. 2017, my favorite season. 2017-18, my favorite season.
Crazy.
I was lit. The Rockets were lit like a mofo.
Fuck no. Yeah, you got it. Hey, you got it. I'll take this year over 2017. Fuck out of here.
I'm gonna tell you this. And 16-17 season, when Russell Westbrook getting trying to get the triple double record versus James Harden with the thing. You tell. Bro,
yeah, and I had hella NBA media talking about none of this shit really matters because we all know who's going to win at the end of the year.
And I get it, but you know what? They kept me entertained. I knew that. Yeah. They kept me entertained that whole season.
Russell Westbrook and James Harden. They would have had higher ratings had they just chilled out and cared more about the regular season.
Bro, Russell Westbrook going for 44 triple doubles. I knew that. And I know I don't like that MVP because I'm biased and I think James should have won, but I know that helped the Reigns. There was storylines all afoot throughout that season. I'm just saying, Lillard. And John, when he said 2019, I know 2019. Maurice, I don't know if you agree, but 2019, I definitely think 2019 better. Fun. 2019 was lit.
That was a solid one. That's a solid one. I like that one.
Hell out of 2019. I know some years. I know this year's better than other years in the past. I know I get that, but I'm just saying like. The past has some hitters, bro. I'm just saying, bro. It has some hitters that
they do have. They do have some hitters.
So you gonna be entertained? No, look. Wait, so you can be entertained even though he's gonna win? Oh, he gonna try and play it back. He gonna play it back to the Chiefs, because he got the little thing. He gonna try to play it back and say, "Oh, but you know the Chiefs." Yeah, he funny, right?
He got notes. He got good memory.
He do. He write them notes. He like Ja'Cory. He write them notes down. He be looking down, writing them notes to make sure. I feel it though. I feel that. That is a good memory. He got good memory. You can't say nothing around John, bro.
I love John, bro.
But yeah, that's my thing, bro. I know nostalgia can hit, and I know there are seasons in the past that are worse than this season. But I don't know. I feel like the player presentation, how the players were, like, and just I think it's the media. I think the reason why I'm not feeling it, and the reason why most fans, whether casual or deep, aren't feeling it as much is either your team sucks or it's the presentation of the players. Because Shea should be at that same level to me as, obviously not in terms of like athleticism, but like say past, Russell Westbrook back in the day, how great and how celebrated he was. Shea, but I feel like Shea don't get that level. Every time I go on Twitter, I see Shea, they say he shoots all the free throws. And like it don't feel like he getting celebrated. He feel like he get like slandered more, And I know social media and NBA media have to do with that.
One thing with Russ is what KD too
gets a fair amount of their share of slander. Like
the NBA sold out my team. Yeah, they sold Lewis, boy. They took they had to get the flock going, so they took Lewis's favorite player.
Hey, Lou, are you going on April 9th to go see that? To see Luka versus.
Don't say that.
No way. He's not paying money to that.
80.
I would. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Katie. You know who I am. I'm a fun guy. Them playoffs were fire. I don't know of any playoffs. I think that's the best playoffs.
That was a fire series. That was a fire year.
I think that's the best playoffs in the last. Like I think, that's the last like really great playoffs. He boycotting. I feel you, boy. I feel you. That's why he's not here today. I guess. That's why I feel you, boy. I know pain.
That's real.
That's pain, boy. That's pain.
No,
Prescott has been traded to the Lakers is hilarious, but that's funny.
I'll say this. Like I said, this is a multi-layered conversation. Of course,
that's why we have it.
It's layered. But in my heart of hearts, if I was to have a pecking order of importance of, or like if I had a piece of the pie, whatever we want to say, of whose fault this is, or where we point the blame, NBA media is first. You can do marketing after that, or Adam Silver. You can have those debates of the layers of, is it more Adam Silver, is it more the marketing, or is it a little bit of, whatever it is? It starts with the NBA media. Full stop.
How much do the NBA players get? These young players deserve a lot of blame. I'm
These
just
young
honest.
players.
They deserve a lot of blame.
I'll say I
The
can't
NBA
do
is good
any.
'cause
I
it's
can't do
unpredictable.
anything above
How are other pro sports leagues staying unpredictable? How are I don't know.
whatever
They're good.
Adam Silver is. A little lower than that, I guess. Like if I'm getting Adam Silver 25, I'll get the players
They
like
are.
15%.
The players are afraid to be the face. Anthony Edwards got the whole package. That man got the aura. He got the charisma. He got the talent, but he don't want to be the face. He don't want it, and that's tough because he could have it. He could want it, but he don't want it. That's not the Kobe. And I know some people not Kobe, but they say they Kobe. They want to be like Kobe.
But what is being the face? How do you do that?
Yeah,
You gotta
what does
win.
that mean?
You have
You
to
have
win.
look,
But like,
he said himself he don't want to be. It's not even like you just naturally like, okay, maybe you naturally be him. He said, I don't make that me. I don't want that. Even
It's
if
not
I
gonna
win,
be
I
him.
don't want that.
Even if he wanted that, it wasn't gonna be him, and that's okay. That's okay. People need to understand that regardless whatever Anthony Edwards was gonna say, whether he said he wanted to be the face of the league or he was going to be the face of the league versus reality, he wasn't going to be the face. It was never going to happen.
Who gonna do it, man? We
Wemby.
need that,
It's Wemby's league, bro. I
but
promise you.
not on the Spurs, man.
Yes,
That
it
dropped
is.
the ratings.
Yes, it is.
Dropped every time.
It's
the Spurs
Wemby's league, brother.
No,
That's
Yes.
why
well, I
teams
don't think
No.
go ahead and
because
win
Spurs
they
is just not
can.
entertaining as much. But they
OKC
win.
needs to go all
he
in
gonna be
right
take the
now.
Tim Duncan route, bro. He
No,
take the
he's
Tim
not.
Duncan route.
He
Nah.
talks way more than Tim
No,
Duncan.
no.
for
And
this.
he's more entertaining than Tim Duncan.
He's
And
more
he's
entertaining.
French.
But I'm saying, but no, he could take the Duncan route where he get the championships, but he's second. He like 1B, with Kobe 1A. Like we need.
I know 1B.
I need
ain't
him to
gonna
be
lie.
1B, bro.
He is not 1B. I promise you that
I need
boy
him to
is.
be 1B, bro. I do
one.
not need him to be 1A.
Nah,
I
bro.
do not
He,
need him to be 1A.
he cusses on live television. That man is great. Hey, and come 2028, real smoke finna happen for real. Cause he coming for that gold medal. He gonna try to come for that gold medal.
France, yeah.
He said he shoots too many
2028.
threes. Boo, boo, boo. Look at being the face of the league is like being America's team. Goofy Steve, they be fashion the face. That's not. Hey, what sports media does it the worst? Is it Fox Sports? Is it ESPN? Is it YouTube? Social media? Like who does it? Is it Twitter? Like who's the worst in the NBA media sphere?
Whoever employs Draymond Green does it the worst. And I'll
Not
say that.
inside NBA on TNT, Turner
And which-
Sports.
and which is why they're not going to have it next year.
I think it's Twitter.
It was
to be
egregious.
quite honest with you. I think it's Twitter.
You think it's Twitter?
Yeah,
Twitter
like-
not even qualified to be a part of these conversations, but
I really don't
That
think
man
either.
said,
But if you want to put that in, it's
TNT.
definitely Twitter to me.
TNT.
It's
Is it Charles
TNT.
Barkley's fault?
it's TNT.
Is it Shaq's fault? Shaq hate every center. That's not Jokic. He hate every center. That's
It's
not
definitely
Jokic.
Shaq,
Yeah,
Shaq.
it's
Definitely hate
TNT.
Rudy Gobert,
It's
boy. He hate
TNT
Rudy Gobert
first.
like crazy.
It's TNT first, then ESPN, and then I'll say Fox is last because I don't really be seeing them. I feel like they bash NFL players more than they do basketball
Twitter,
players.
bro. Twitter.
Well, Fox don't go.
Bro,
like
hey,
that much.
Twitter, bro.
But Twitter funny. But that's just
Yeah,
all.
bro,
That's
NBA
just.
Twitter's funny.
But that's just all. That's just all. Like
That's
we
like
young
you and me.
adults. We
That's like
find
you and
it.
me being on Twitter. Like that's different. That's a different. They talking about
Bro.
Steve Smith like 2 days ago. Like it's a
bro.
different.
Bro,
It's a
Twitter.
different war zone.
Twitter is just funny.
If I was an NBA player, bro, I would not have a Twitter, bro, because every time, bro, Jason Tatum and Joel Embiid, the amount of like what they get on Twitter, bro, is cyberbullying, bro. It is.
I think-
cyberbullying.
To be quite honest with you, I think they don't care. Like some players obviously do. Like Joel Embiid, KD, he don't care. But I think a lot of them really they don't. They make too much money, and they like these are just people online that they have no like. They have no say in my life. Like I make $300 million. What the fuck do I care about what Maurice is saying about Shea or some shit, whatever? Like, do I really? I don't think they care that much. Some players obviously do, but I think they don't care. And like, it's just social media in general. I don't know. It's just how we are. That's how we are now. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ah, man,
We just be
it's a tough-
trolling.
I know. I mean, Twitter. So okay. So let's do a poll, and then the people in the comments, I'm gonna count your vote as well because you matter. Raise your hand if you think Twitter is the biggest social media, like the biggest media problem in the NBA sphere. Like, raise your hand. We have Black Star said Twitter. Maurice,
Yeah,
did you say Twitter?
Yeah, I say Twitter.
I say it's Twitter.
So 3. Dang, 3 Twitters. Okay. How many people in Austin? Okay, so you don't say Twitter, right? You don't think Twitter is the biggest problem with the media?
Yeah. So what would option do? It was what Twitter.
So we have Twitter. I'm gonna tell them all. I'm gonna tell them all. So the next one's TNT. Who do you think? Do you think TNT is the biggest problem?
Oh, my fault.
I
TNT.
think it.
It's TNT. It's
I-
TNT.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I think
He
it's,
said TNT.
I think
He says
it's
TNT.
It's
Bro,
TNT.
TNT used to be, TNT's supposed to be the best program on the. That's
That's
supposed to be the
another,
best.
I think ABC. I think
that's
ABC
another
is
thing that's
TNT,
rooted in
but
nostalgia. That's another thing that's rooted in
No, but look, no. But
I
I'll
think
say,
ABC
I get
worse than
that.
TNT.
You said ABC versus TNT. You think?
Yeah.
Why you said that?
Hell no.
Well, especially when they had like, what's Paul Pierce on there, and all them.
That was
and,
funny,
what's-
boy. That boy was funny, boy. That
like,
was a funny
well,
guy.
I forgot the other guy name.
Oh god.
Rachel and Rachel. I forget there was another
Rachel
person.
Nichols?
But there was another co-host.
I
that used to
missed
have
that
on
free.
there.
Don't you miss that? I missed that show, The Jump. I used to love
NBA
that
The
stupid
Jump was
show.
kind of hard. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
They used to
love
be on
that
people's
freaking
ass
show.
all the
I
time.
missed that show to this
with it.
day. To this day, I missed that freaking show. Oh my gosh, that was a bop. Okay, I'm moving on. So Maurice, you say ABC worse. TNT looks like we got 3 TNT. No, we got 4 TNT. My man Michael McDonald said
Yeah,
TNT as well.
It's TNT. It's
Dang,
TNT.
nostalgia really cooking me like that, huh? Nostalgia really cooking me. They
Have you
care
seen this
just like Drake. That's why they cut the comments off. That man took a Drake shot. And that's tough. How many people think ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, and First Take in that type of cast? How many people do you think ESPN, or do you think ESPN is high? Like, if you don't think it's number 1, do you think it's number 2?
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there, and it's just because
Oh my goodness.
I just don't see Stephen A. On as many national TV games as it is Chuck and Charles and them. Like, I'll see him like in the morning discussing it. And it's like, okay, like I don't like his opinions on certain things. But Charles in real time is like telling me stuff at halftime where I'm like, damn, like you gonna make me cut this whole thing off.
Hey, so am I tripping? Am I really rooted in nostalgia with TNT right now?
Yes, you are. Because any clip that's funny to
They
us
funny.
happened like 4 or 5 years ago. Give me a
I like
funny
TNT.
clip that happened this season from that crew.
Reese, you like TNT?
I like them, but
They're cool.
I think ABC will. They be on. I mean, Shaq do be on people's ass all the time. I mean, it's just
Rudy, he
I,
hate Rudy.
I didn't hear
Rudy
about.
hate
I
Rudy.
never knew Charles would be on people's ass like that. That's the reason why I didn't say TNT. I just know it's just Shaq.
It's Shaq and Chuck. Well, Chuck will
He cook me. He cook
Chuck
that
will
team.
Chuck will like cook a team. Shaq
cooked
will
us.
cook players. Like
Yeah, he
those, like
Chuck will
He
cook
said we don't
Yeah,
know. He said we don't know how to play basketball.
yeah, like Chuck will be
So
like,
we
yeah,
in
yeah,
the-
Houston, they cool, but they don't know how to play basketball. But they're the second
I'm like,
seed.
dang, but
in
we
West.
beat the
And it's
Thunder. We
like,
just beat the
alright,
Thunder.
They out here clip farming.
clip farm like
That's
motherfucker.
Hey, boy, you get that
They
Dennis
trying to
clip
clip
farm,
farm
that
it.
case of the case of that clip farm, boy, get you some.
Yeah, Shaq be like, oh, like he won these DPOYs, but is he me though? It's like, all right, bro. Like,
You know, you would say some shit like
is
that.
he me?
You would say
If I was in this league, they would have to give me 500 mil. I'm like, bro, please, bro. Oh my god.
Dang, TNT. So for the majority, looking at everybody in the comments, I counted all y'all and everybody here. It looked like TNT is the biggest culprit because of Shaq and Charles. Even though they're so funny, at the same time they berate the current product constantly because they the old heads who think they better than the current product, and that's hurting the marketing of the game.
You know what
this
it
is-
is? You know what it is, Jesse? I'll say
What?
this. I think when it first happened, when we first got introduced to TNT, and the inside of the NBA and all that stuff, like
I like Chuck.
we liked it and enjoyed it more because we felt like it was jokes and it was like more of like a damn, like, all right, y'all clowning, Shaq in the fool, all this stuff. But the more they kept dragging it and the more they kept attacking it, now we really feel like we honestly feel like they actually feel this way.
Remember when they were attacking?
Like that, yeah.
Remember when they were attacking JaVale McGee?
No, no,
Remember
they
JaVale?
That
And
used
he
to
was
be tongue.
going.
They used to be
He was-
tongue in cheek. That used to be funny, and then
He kept going and
he
going.
kept going, and it was like, all right, bro.
And
You
then JaVale had to say something. JaVale had to say something back. You remember that? That was a funny time. He said something back, and they,
I thought it was his mom. Wasn't
No,
his mom? who said-
his mom got in.
No, his
and
mom-
said,
his mom told him to cut it out.
stop.
Yeah.
Cut it out. His mom told him to cut it out.
told JaVale to cut it out.
Told
He
Shaq
told
to cut
Shaq
it
to
out.
Oh, Shaq. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shaq
And it
mama
happened-
told him to cut it out.
And if you saw a couple weeks ago, Dwight Howard, he had some. They were Dwight Howard and Shaq been going at it for like 15 years. But I don't
Yeah,
know what they.
that's always been a thing.
That's what
But
I'm
like
saying.
Dwight Howard said, bro, do we need to like? You always got your name, my name in your mouth. Do we need to like see each other, like box or whatever? And Shaq, that man Shaq. I'm not gonna say. Yeah, he got a lot of problems with a lot of people. I'll just say that.
I look. You think Dwight would probably beat his ass? I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What?
Yeah, I mean, the
Dwight
50.
probably
Yeah,
beat his ass.
Dwight would. Shaq like in his 50s, like Dwight would. Yeah, yeah. I would listen to a Chuck podcast. They do have a podcast, Chuck and Ernie, but I guess it's a good thing because everybody was sad that TNT was about to get taken out, right? I guess they're keeping TNT or they're keeping the crew, but I guess maybe it was actually for the better. Y'all saying that was like a good thing, like that cast should like break up. Is that what y'all saying? Like we shouldn't have no more Kenny, Chuck, Ernie, and Shaq. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I think there's
Hell no, yeah, get them out of here. Get them out of here, bro. I'm sorry. Like it's run its course. They've been here for like what 20 plus years, and I
I mean,
think
40 years. But
what
40 years
happened
old.
was like
Their peak
I
is
think-
over.
yeah, I think they
When was
like
their peak?
announced it like last year or something, and
in
everybody was like,
development.
"Damn, crazy!"
You mean
Like,
before you not okay.
For
Okay,
me,
so
for
for
us,
him,
yeah.
okay,
Obviously, it's not,
okay.
but I think that's just over.
Let them keep the show,
Bro.
but don't let them
There's
talk
nothing wrong with.
ball.
I like evolution.
What they gonna talk about? What they gonna talk about?
Get some new people in there.
yeah,
Like, bro, we got what's Kenny and enjoy basketball. Like I would easily watch that shit.
KOT 4Q Kenny for real, huh?
Or whatever they. I can, numbers on the board.
You want to get Legend of Winning? You want to get low?
I get fine.
Low is kind of crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if people gonna really care, but
Low's
fine.
a little nuts, brother. I don't know about
At least
that.
these people aren't like. It's never the conversation is never gonna be like, well, if I was playing, like because obviously Kenny none of these people actually play in the NBA, so they gonna actually think about it critically, other than just like if I was playing this one,
I get a bucket. I go out and get a bucket.
like when I used to play during the triangle offense and shit. Like I mean, like that shit don't work. I mean, like at least they actually gonna think about it like critically, and we can actually. I feel like when I watch other podcasts that aren't NBA, some NBAs, because you got well whatever JJ was, his was pretty
He
entertaining.
was he was really
I
entertaining.
feel like
Too
you
bad
can
that went
learn
away.
from
I'm
the
so sad.
game when you watch NBA
That was
TNT.
good. Yeah, you're right.
You don't learn you don't learn nothing
You get
about the
jokes.
game.
Thoughtful analysis. Yeah. It's,
No,
And your
'cause JJ
jokes-
Redick-
and your jokes are
when
not
LeBron
funny
was-
enough anymore to carry you. That's the problem. Like it's
But
either
JJ
be funny or be informative.
True. But JJ Redick with LeBron, that podcast they had for a bit, basically like an interview session for him to become the head coach. But that was cool because he was teaching me. They showed like what what the concepts they were talking about at the bottom. So when they had them deep conversations, like, oh, you can understand, you can follow along. That was that happened 2 months. That lasted a month and a half. That's so sad that
It
went away.
lasts long enough. I mean, it makes sense why.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
getting
What
head
makes
coach.
sense? Yeah, because obviously they weren't trying to pod for real. That was his job interview in real time.
He said, I ain't watching the learn. I'm watching the laugh.
And I feel like that was so successful because it was short lived. Like, I think if it was a long term thing, I don't know if it would get the same feedback for a long term situation. Like they would have to switch some things up because LeBron was not going to be as consistent to do no damn podcast like
Yeah.
that. But
'Cause, true.
it's fucking LeBron James. I just don't expect him to be with a microphone all the damn time. But
So wait. So I'm gonna ask y'all this. Y'all saying all this media is terrible. Okay.
yes,
And NBC is the new kid coming to town.
Except for YouTube.
And
YouTube, great.
yeah, YouTube's great, but
YouTube's
you know,
amazing.
NBC is a new media coming to town, right? They did great in the 90s, had the long layoff, they coming back, fresh ideas. If you are the producers of NBC, who are you bringing? It could be anybody in any sphere of life. Who are you bringing to be the commentators? Who are you bringing doing the analysis? Like who's going to take the Shaq, Chuck, Ernie spot, and who's going to take the Kevin Harlan, Reggie Miller, calling the game? Who's going to take those spots? You have the ability to hire anybody.
Play by play, Mike Breen. I still love Mike Breen to this day. I
Mike
always
Breen.
like him.
And who else is with him? Who else is with him?
So his color.
Yeah.
Hey, you might. Hey, give me Mark. I'm not mad at Mark.
Oh, man. But that's just
Mark.
ABC at this point. Yeah.
He brings back the ABC love. I
That's
love
just
it.
ABC.
But I mean, you get whoever you want.
Like who?
Chris
Like
came in as team.
unless you're going somebody different. Unless you
Is Reggie
Anybody.
ABC? Reggie Miller?
No, Reggie TNT.
I'll probably bring Reggie for color.
Hey, who was that? No, wait. Who was that guy? Because I want some younger people in there. Who was that guy that did the Olympics? He was like 27, but he's like the son of somebody that does like play-by-play commentary.
Oh, I know I forgot his name. I know you talking.
I
about.
want his son. Bring his son to NBC.
I can't remember his name.
Okay.
Let him develop around some vets so that he can take over. Because I like the way he commentated at the Olympics. He did a solid job.
Just like his dad too. Damn.
Just like his dad. He called the Steph Curry stuff really great. It was I like.
Okay, that's him. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So he's color, and then the head is Mike Breen. That's our team.
I'm fine with that. Now, when it's time to do analysis,
Who the analysis? It could be YouTube people, it could be people who in the media, like TV media, like who gonna do the analysis? And are we going strictly? Are we having a little humor? Do you want them to have a little personality, or do you want them to be strict analysis and like?
No. It has to be a nice mixture of both. So I want like a Kenny, but I also want somebody like
Kenny for real. He's talking about KOT for Q.
Yeah, give me Kenny, or give me like a Zach Lowe. I think Zach Lowe don't get love for real. Give me like a little Zach Lowe for analysis.
That's it. Okay.
Cool. And then
do you want Bill Simmons in there too?
No, I don't want this.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you, but give me somebody like I'm be honest with you. It's a stretch, but me personally, I would do a trial run with Gilbert Arenas. I do like some of his analysis when he doesn't troll too hard.
We'll see. Hey, you got it. Okay. What about okay? So you want to put we could put veterans like would you put a Kevin Garnett because he don't hate on the young he don't hate on the young generation. He don't hate on them.
He could have his own segment. I don't know if he'll be like the same like the four people at the desk. I want to have him there. I like him better as his own segment.
I wouldn't want Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce on there. I think it would get a little too silly.
No, yeah, you don't need don't give
me the dynamic duo.
You would just need. I wouldn't even take Paul Pierce. I mean, Paul Pierce is funny, but he might get too.
Yeah, his trolling might get too.
His trolling be too high.
Trolling be too high.
But if you do, if you do a Gilbert Arenas and Kevin Garnett, I'm not mad at that.
Okay, and then you say you want. So we're doing 4. There's 4 people we're doing for this. Usually there's 4 people with this. So you picking Kenny. Kenny's like and Austin. You can also if you know someone as well in the media, because I know you watch a lot of podcasts and watch. If you know anybody, feel free.
I mean, I listen to like the nerds though. I don't think that would make for like
a. They gonna be bored. The casuals are gonna be like, what is?
They probably
like casual people would probably be with
Perk. Did you take Kendrick Perkins in there?
No.
Get stuff riled up.
Fuck no.
Keep his
Chris
ass.
Kaman, is that his name? Chris Kaman.
Chris Kaman, the former center.
Wait, I want to see.
He played for the Lakers. I think he played.
I just saw what he said. He said Chris Kaman has TV experience.
Yeah.
Well, is everybody in college? Any college announcers that I need to know that could be on this, or anybody in college doing anything?
Somebody in WNBA.
How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about How do y'all feel about Eric Collins?
I gotta look him up.
Eric Collins is the guy that does the Charlotte Hornets stuff.
Oh, that man hype. That man. He's like,
I don't know. Like, I think
it's hit or miss.
Listen to the Lakers, bro. When they beat the Lakers,
I think after a while I'll probably get pissed off about it.
Maurice, look up because they got some John Fanta and Jake Marsh are also people that they're saying. So see if you look those guys up and see if
these must be college people. Got to be college people.
And if you're on here, make sure to like the stream. We're almost at 10 likes, right? 8 likes. So if you're on here, make sure to like the stream. Fox Sports. Okay. What about Chris Broussard? Remember, he was always on Skip and Shannon.
The light skinned dude.
He was light skinned dude. Yeah, he was always on Skip and Shannon. He was solid. Like he was really solid. I liked him.
Jake, hold on, I gotta look up Jake Marsh.
Awesome. You know what I'm talking about, Chris Broussard, right?
I know, cause I'm.
Okay. What about Rachel Nichols? Would you get Rachel Nichols or something?
Rachel Nichols back.
Rachel Nichols.
I know. I did. I was cool with Rachel Nichols too.
I
mean, we know what happened behind the table, underneath the table. Who knows? But
I mean, but bro,
I like Rachel.
You remember the segment? The segment I remember from the jump forever would be Scottie Pippen telling Tracy McGrady how to guard James Harden when he was averaging 36. That got like 3 million views. That was such a great segment. I was so interested in that. That was such a great TV. That was great content. Like, and Scottie Pippen telling, like, Tracy, he's praying to be James Harden, and then Scottie Pippen telling him, this is what I would do to guard James. Like, bro, that's good TV, bro. They don't have that. It sucks so bad. It sucks so bad to me. So wait, so are we? We won't give Rachel Nichols a shot though.
Hell
I'm
no.
cool. I'm cool.
Dang,
Rachel.
dang, Rachel,
I'm cool.
Rachel
Rachel.
Nichols.
She was funny.
She was
I'm
funny.
playing.
I think she's funny.
What about
She's better than Michelle Beadle.
Yeah, Michelle Beadle be hating a lot.
She's also a Spurs fan, so.
And yeah, Who's the one on ESPN? Who's the girl on ESPN? I'm forgetting her name.
Molly,
but she's like
Molly Queer. What are you talking about?
No, you
it's,
talking about
the one. You know what I'm saying? She.
Um,
I don't. There's nothing I
Malika
can
she always
say
got like braids. She always got like braids in.
because people be getting on her because they be
Talking about
saying that she be
Malika Andrews?
Yeah, Malika
Oh, yeah,
Andrews.
Malika Andrews.
They be getting on her because I'm not gonna tell you why they get. You know why they get on her. But will we give her a call or no?
She might be like a good interviewer, like those side, like what Doris.
We need
used
one
to
of
do.
those. We do.
What Doris
we
used
do
to
need
do.
one of them. We need our Pam Andrews for this. We need our Pam. You know, Pam Andrews killing it on
Pam
Fox
Andrews,
NFL.
yeah, Pam
We need.
Do y'all
or Naneke, whatever her name was. She's cool.
You gotta have one female anchor, Angela Reese. Angela Reese would be crazy to have as a female anchor.
She used to be. I feel like that would be short lived though. I feel it'd be entertaining for a minute, and then after a while, I'm like, okay, I don't care enough.
but Aaliyah Boston is kind of fire.
In terms of talking,
yeah, because she has a journalism degree. She did it. She did a few like preseason game, a WNBA preseason game.
well, she on the fever, right?
Yeah, it's like her 30 on the fever, so she need to lock in with Caitlin.
You dang right, boy. They need to have NBC. If I'm NBC, I'm making sure I'm broadcasting them freaking games too. I'm finding a way to get them freaking games as well. Them games, look, the WNBA, they got their main character and they can reel it in. They can reel that in and really be on extremely.
They got more, and they got some more in the vault coming through. So I can't wait for Juju to come to the league.
Yeah, Juju coming and Paige coming. Like, bro, they got it with what they need to do. We have the men got a problem. For me, the men got a problem. But
I've seen her before.
Bro, the women, bro. If I'm NBC, I'm trying to buy that whole programming. That's what I'm trying to do. But
ESPN not giving that up.
You don't think the women have the same? So women WNBA don't have the same issues as the NBA.
Their issues are different. They have their issues. This how it is. Their issues is like it's not. I'm not saying media. I'm saying in general. Like the media, they be hating on their players. I know their media is the same. I'm talking about like if you look at the NBA, the players are not embracing trying to be the best or the number one. In the WNBA, like it's very. I could see Caitlin and Angel Reese and Paige coming and Juju. I could see the competitiveness in their like heart and their soul. Like I want to be the best, the number one. I want that. Give me that pressure.
Because they're not making $300 million.
Exactly. But
they want to get to that point. I know it. So they're not spoiled.
They're still hungry. They're still hungry.
Yeah, they're hungry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's still a problem regardless. It's like a YouTuber
and
in the beginning.
And it's a flex where you got to add. When's the last time we ever heard of a situation where the WNBA has to save the All-Star weekend while incorporating Sabrina Ionescu to shoot with Steph Curry so the ratings can be higher versus just getting your best shooters from the NBA? Where did they do? Where else did they do that?
And she
was
shooting. I thought she was gonna win.
She was fire.
She was sniping. So I'm saying like the media problems are the same. But I'm happy. Like the players, they're more hungry, and it's like say you watch a YouTuber in the beginning, and they're like uploading every day, they're putting out content, they're trying to make it, but then when they make it, the content comes slower because I already got everything on. You know, so that type of thing. That's what's happening right now. That's what the era they're in. But that era can last for 20 years. That could be a 20, 30-year period, and then they make all that money, and then now we have a problem. So I'm enjoying this period until they get spoiled, because right now they hungry for it because they want to be the best. Nobody in the NBA wants to be the best for real. Or maybe they do, but I don't know that person.
So the issue money then. That means the big issue money.
The big issue greed, yes.
It's money and it's affecting people's mentality.
It's complacency and greed, yeah.
But like we can't take people money away. So it's like it's really
it has to be built in you though. It has to be built into the person. Because Austin said money just magnify who you are. So it has to be built into the person. They want to be the best regardless of all the money. Like LeBron, he knew he was gonna make all the money in the world, and Steph Curry knew he was gonna make all the money in the world, but they wanted to be greedy, win as many championships, be the best point guard, best player.
But I low-key think because of those players is why these players now are making so much money. Like I think it's because LeBron is why these players are making this amount of money. Like I don't want to fault LeBron for doing because like it's like in their mind as players first. I put my family first, I put my body first, right? To us. to us, we all have our different, like, what's the word I'm looking for, like agendas that we want. To them, it's player, it's a body, it's a family, and then championships probably. Maybe not maybe not in that order. To us, we probably want entertaining basketball, championships, and then probably health last or some shit, whatever. It's all none of our agendas are aligned, so it's just like, what can we really do about it? We can only just focus really on media. That's really it.
I mean, LeBron started the player empowerment. That was his biggest legacy, is player empowerment. Because I do get like teams can trade players and for nothing, and then you got to go to all these different cities. So right, so LeBron he was the one who started this, and it was a great thing. It was a great thing because I know when he went to Miami, I was pissed, but at the same time, I understand Cleveland was underutilizing him severely. So I understand why he did what he did. But it's like now it's too much. It's like it went over what it should have been, because there should be a balance. Like, obviously, yes, your health, your family is most important, but you're also in a partnership of helping grow the sport, so you can help the next generation obviously make even more money than you, and have that inflation like Matt, because obviously they're gonna keep making more money, but you can even help beat that inflation by helping grow the sport. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, the next generation I feel like the next generation, low key, they probably don't even, they want to play basketball so they can get money. It's not really like so they can win chips.
And that's the problem.
It's really
that's
just so they can get money.
That AAU culture stuff and the greed. I'm just trying, and I get it. Make your money. Make as much money as you can. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. But at the same time, you have to understand it's the mentality. You want to help build the game up. There's not a lot. People want to be Kobe, Black Mamba mentality, all these books. But Kobe made hella money, but he still wanted to bust your ass. He still wanted to be the best. No matter how much money he made. Kobe could make $500 million. You think he'd be lazy off that? Hell no, he'd be lazy. He had the mentality to dominate. And if these were 80%, you ain't gonna be 100%. You ain't gotta do blackout practice where you're like practicing until you see dots, black dots. You ain't gotta do that. But if you 70% of that or 80% of that, you'd kill. You'd kill it. You'd be the best because no one wants it. So that's why WNBA, when I make WNBA videos, people watching it, Caitlin Clark and this and that, everybody love it. That's when WNBA come back. Who gonna be watching it? I'll be watching it because now there's something to talk about. There's hungry people. They want it.
Well, they better figure out a way to cap it so the same thing will happen in 20 years from now. Yeah. They in they Kobe. They in they Kobe era right now. Or not Kobe, they in their Magic. They in that
Magic era. Yeah. So we'll see in 2050, 2060. They start getting lazy. They're making a $600 million contract. They getting lazy. Like, man, I don't want to play. I'm chilling.
Good. Yeah, that's all right. What can I can't do much. I'm good.
It's like, dang, I miss Caitlin Clark. Remember the days where Caitlin Clark and Juju Watkins used to bust each other in the finals? They moved it from 5 to 7 games because they were so lit. Remember them days? Yeah. Yeah, it's always nostalgia is a mofo, man. This definitely was a very, very good podcast. Very insightful to talk about.
Oh, this is all you want to talk about for real?
For sure. This is all I had. And it lasted an hour and 30. So, hey, this is all we need to talk. This is all we needed to talk about.
It's the NBA cooked. Damn.
Everybody was here. Michael McDonald, Black Star, Kevin McCarthy, Lose Takes. Shout out to him. Go subscribe to his channel. Brandon Hollum, John, who was hating so strong, but good for him. Still, Everybody was here. Make sure to like the stream. Oh, we got to 11. We got to 11 likes. I give a clap for that, man. We got to 11 likes. I'm gonna give. Because I straight up thought that we were gonna do that, but I think we got heated enough. We talked good enough, so I'm gonna give the 11 likes. Congratulations on that for us. Before we go, make sure to sign up for Boom Fantasy. The NBA is happening. It's lit, even though we say it's not lit, but it is lit because all these talented players exist. So go sign up for Boom Fantasy. The link is in the description. All you got to do is put the promo code Sports Factory. The first $100 is risk-free, and you can make some really good money, 500 times more than you deposit. So go ahead and put the link in the description and go make you some good money. Fellas, is there any final thoughts before we call it?
Go watch NBA for yourself. Don't let other people dictate how you feel about it. Go watch it for yourself, and then if you like the product, continue watching it. If you don't, that is what it is.
And you watch XFL.
Or hockey. Hockey's back now.
Hey, hockey, but you say U.S. versus Canada, they were fighting. I'm like, yeah.
I
My
saw
girl
that.
saw them. My girl saw them fighting. They were like, why are they fighting for? I said, hockey, boy. The referee said, yeah, go get it. I said, boy, that boy's playing for pride. That
That's
is
country
pride.
shit. So that makes sense.
Maybe they should do USA versus the world at the All-Star game.
Maybe.
They used to do that for the Rising, yeah. We got enough players. We could do it now.
Good.
True.
Maybe they should do that.
I
And if
doubt
the world bust the USA ass, and then we really get some narratives. Because the reason why the reason why the boys were playing, them old heads, the reason why they were playing so hard, I wanted them young boys to win so bad too. The reason why they playing so hard, they didn't want to be them team that get memed all over Twitter for losing to some 20-something, Stephon Castle. You didn't want to be that team that loses Stephon Castle. And I was like, please, amend Thompson, Stephon Castle, please, I need y'all to hoop and win. Dalton Connect, I need y'all to win that. But hey, I know they weren't going to win. The plot wasn't going to let that happen. Greg, any final thoughts?
Nobody should really care about NBA ratings as a watcher of the sport. It really doesn't concern you. You should. It's like like, why do you really care? Like, as an actual regular human being, why do you actually care about that? So you shouldn't. And Draymond Green should be deplatformed on national television. Should not see him on national television ever again. Go hoop. I don't like this new thing of allowing players that are still playing in the league to have prominent national televised voices. Say that for the podcast. I don't care.
That man said. It was like, what do you think from this from 1 to 10? It's like 10 being the best. Yeah, it was 0. It sucked.
Yeah, you're ruining you're ruining the sandwich that you already created, my brother. Get off the stage. It's stage left.
He said that about the All-Star game, right? That's when
he did. Yeah, he said
about
the
All-Star
the format.
Rising star. He was like the rising stars don't deserve to be on the court with the All-Stars.
Like, y'all did this, bro.
You made the sandwich. You put that lettuce and tomatoes on there. We ain't make you do that.
The reason why they hit Adam Silver
talking about back in my day, it's still your day, brother. You still hoop in this league, making $100 million.
Adam Silver, bro, you got a lot to do,
Jordan Poole. No, get him off of here. Get him out of here.
Bro, hey, Draymond Green, he helped win 4 championships and helped them lose 3.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Steph should have like 7 rings. Steph should have 7.
He nerfed that plot, boy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's all I have to say though.
Austin, any final thoughts, man?
I guess final thoughts for me would just be with the state of the NBA, just watch what you enjoy. And like, it's unfortunate, like if you want like real analysis, like the major platforms, the TNTs, the ESPNs, they're not going to give you a whole bunch of that. So because the game, like I said, the game has never been more skilled. There's even we were talking about the JJ Redick podcast earlier. There's so much nuance to today's game, and to simplify it as it's just a bunch of 3-pointers is just a false statement. So if that's something you want to look into, like, I think we just need to learn to appreciate what we're watching, because like I said, we're watching these are the most talented players that have like existed, what we're watching today. So I just don't want I don't want people to take for granted what we're watching, and like
I agree.
Just appreciate it.
I'd say, and that's good. Hey, that's W. Good. That was good words. You did good. For me, final thoughts is that the NBA is super talented. If your team sucks, I know it's not like 15-16 where if your team sucks, you can still watch. Because my Rockets were AC, boy, they were terrible. Them boys had no hope, and I was enjoying every bit of it. That's a rarity, right? That's a rarity. But the team's decent. They losing some games for some reason. They lost to the Jazz, pissed me off. And they losing some, they pissing me off a little bit. But it's it's normal, right? The Texans don't piss me off no more now. It's the Rockets. I think the presentation, the media got to do better. The presentation could be better. Y'all saying TNT is the biggest fault of this? I guess nostalgia killed me. Goodbye TNT. Hello NBC. NBC, you are our last hope for this media stuff. Obviously, the media on YouTube's amazing. But in terms of national media, where you watch and sit, because when you watch the basketball game, You're watching the media, the national. You're watching the ESPN. You're watching the TNT. You're watching the. So that's that when it coincides together, that whole package. NBC, you're my final hope. And boy, NBC, you killed the '90s. You were outstanding. Please kill the 2020s. Please
Possible.
make it great. We'll see next year. NBA on NBC. And with that, everyone, thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining. We hit the like goal, so that's great. And with that, we'll catch you guys next week with some more basketball shenanigans. And we out of here. Peace.